Hi, Baddies. Welcome to another Auntie Amy's Trashy Tarot. Today I'm doing a picker card reading, a pop-up picker card reading. This one is all about and for those of you who are struggling. It doesn't matter why you're struggling, just that you're struggling and you're here. I'm really, really glad you're here. I hope you guys are doing well. And so what's going to happen and how a pop-up reading works is I'm going to use a deck. In this case, I'm going to be using the Impasse Oracle deck, and I'm going to shuffle it up. Your auntie is highly medicated, so my tongue's a little bit heavy, but we just work with what we got. Anyway, I'm going to shuffle this up, and the three cards that come out are going to be our psychic linking objects today, and I will be pulling as I go for each group. So let's get into it, shall we? All right, what is going to be the card for my group one? Give me the card for my group one. If this is your first time to my channel, hi, hello, how are you? It's really good to have you. I hope you guys will stick around. If you're a returning subscriber, hey guys, what is up? How are you? It's always good to connect with your energy, and I truly appreciate you guys being here. And if you are a member of my memberships, my channel, what have you, I deeply, deeply appreciate you guys being here, and I want to give a big thank you and shout out to you guys for supporting the channel with your time and your resources. It really means a lot to me, and it makes a big difference. So thank you so much. All right. Okay, I think I've shuffled this deck up enough. All right, my group one. All right, my group one. This, no, bottom, yes, okay. Woo, the other one wants to fall off the table. Okay, healing with Mother Nature is going to be my group one. Okay. This other one, they're like, no, shuffle it back in. Okay. Okay, my group two. My group two. All right. My group two. Oop, this one, this one, this one, the top. This one, okay. All right. Celebrating the world's diversity. Okay. All right. And the third group. We're going to shuffle it a couple more times. Okay. All right. Oop, this one. Loving the self on all levels. All right. I'll show them to you one more time. Okay. Scoot that one a bit. We have healing with Mother Nature. We'll scoot them up a bit too. So these are really beautiful cards. We have celebrating the world's diversity. And we have loving the self on all levels. So beautiful. All right, and I will set these right here. So I will include a little photograph so you guys can pause that and take as much time as you need to see which group you're drawn to. Oops. If you're drawn to more than one group, there's probably going to be more than one message here for you. And with that said, I'll see you beautiful, magical baddies on the other side. Bye, guys. Hey, group one, all of you that selected Healing with Mother Nature 25. This is going to be your reading for all of you who are struggling. I just want to say I found this Capricorn charm on my table, and it feels like everywhere I go, Capricorn energy is just hopping out at me. So perhaps you're a Capricorn or you're an earth sign with this healing with Mother Nature energy. This is a really beautiful card. The healing portion of this tells me that there's need of healing here. There's an energy that is in need of healing. So hoping you guys can see that. This is a low light reading on purpose. Okay, so I like to read in the dark. so but I know you guys need to see, sort of. All right, let's get some energy here. Tell me about my group 1. Um, tell me about this. We're going to switch decks really quickly here. All right, we need to talk about the wound a little bit. Yeah, this hurts. We have awareness. There's an awareness here. They don't care. They don't care. They just don't care. They don't care. We have hiding your true self. I thought I knew them. I thought I knew them. Queen of the world. I thought I knew them. I thought I knew them. I thought I could trust them to do the right thing. I really did. I thought this was all going to be okay. This feels like disappointment. This feels like I'm aware of how it really is now. I'm aware how I'm hearing awful. I'm aware how awful y'all really are. Like, you can't hide. You can't hide anymore. It's almost like I don't know what to do with that. I don't know what to think about that. I don't know how to be with that. Where do we go from there? Let's get some tarot on this. It's almost like, we talk about timeline shifts, but we never really talk about these kind of pauses. It's kind of like an energetic, like we're in neutral a little bit. We're trying to go into gear, but the shock of the truth is shocking. And the truth of people we thought we knew, the truth of people, of who we really are, and the awareness of how that really does color our world. This card, these 2 cards want to come out. No reversals. We have the Devil and the 5 of Cups. This is bad. This is very bad. And I feel this energy of like, could I have done more? No. I don't want you to think for a moment I could have done more. No. Listen. You did what you could do. You did all you could. You did the best you could at the time. Okay? Your feelings are valid. And it's okay to feel the way you do. But don't hold yourself hostage to the woulda, coulda, shoulda. Okay? It is what it is. It is what it is. And the truth is ugly. The apocalypse is an uncovering. Okay? It's not, go look the word up. It's a discovery. And we're having the apocalypse all over the place. And for group 1, there's been a discovery. There's been a major discovery that's caused a major sliding around to the point of we're in neutral. It's like we're waiting. We're waiting for something. And we're reflecting. And we're getting bad vibes. And we're starting to feel like those bad vibes are because we didn't do something or we didn't do enough. When the truth is, listen, when an apple is rotten to the core, no matter how much you cut away, that apple is still fucking rotten. Okay? So stop. Stop beating yourself up. Okay? You did what you could do. And now is now. Okay? Be present. Be in this. And I know it hurts. I know it hurts to be in this moment because we know what this moment means. But be in it. You want to feel it. Okay? Because in order to transmute it, darling, you got to feel it. Okay? It's required. You feel like there's monsters sneaking up behind you in the dark, don't you? Lurking around every corner. And in order to get that feeling to go away, feeling that closing in, that kind of like things are closing in on you all of a sudden. You gotta get some self-empowerment going. You gotta own your space again. You gotta remember who you are, okay? Even in circumstances such as these. The top and the bottom wants to come out. This one wants to come out. This in particular, this one and that one. That's a lot of tarot, but we're going to take them. Okay, we're not going to pull them that way. This one's going to come out. We have the Eight of Pentacles. You invested, okay, and it didn't work out. You did all you could do. And sometimes we kind of have to let go of things, especially if they're taking us down with the ship. Sometimes we got to detach a little bit, you know, get some space from it. Get some peace of mind. You can't keep throwing stuff at it. You got to let it be. The Seven of Swords. Even if something doesn't feel right, okay? It doesn't feel right, something feels off. But you can't stay in the energy of feeling it's off for like weeks and weeks, right? Because you have to function in the world, okay? You have to be present, all right? So you have to kind of, in a way, detach from the situation. Give yourself space from your awareness. You don't have to live in it to feel it. Hear me. You don't have to live in it to feel it, okay? Getting space from the situation is different from getting space from your feelings. Get a journal. Go to therapy. Develop meditative practices that help you deal with the emotions of this awareness, to help you process it, to help you see. It's not you, okay? There's a lot of broken situations around you. And you have become painfully aware that those situations are fueled by human beings, very broken human beings. And we're all a little broken, and our brokenness has very much been exposed. And you're feeling that. And many of you are in some kind of regret. You're feeling off about it, even though you've invested so much time and energy. Things have not gone your way, and you've become aware that things are not as they seem, and the ugly has come to the surface. So let's go ahead and take these cards here. We have no reversals. The Knight of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Wands. We have the Star. And we have the Queen of Cups. Queen of Wands and the Queen of Cups. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles, the Star, and that Seven of Swords. That Queen of Wands and the Seven of Swords. It feels like this Queen of Wands energy has manipulated, lied, cheated in some way in the material world. Masked. I feel like for some of you, it's almost like the curtain was removed, like the veil was removed, and you saw the truth in a group of people or in your family or something like that, okay? And it's like it manifested. You saw the truth. And I feel, this is a mushroom, but I'm feeling it as a stone. Like a stone, I'm reading it intuitively. It feels like a stone, like just drop in my heart. And this could be, there's several different situations here, okay? And this would cause anyone to struggle, okay? I'm feeling this energy with you of the Star and the Queen of Cups. You may be a water sign or have some important natal aspects in water. That would be Pisces. I'm feeling that quite a bit. Cancer, pretty heavy. Scorpio, up behind. Hey, Scorpio. I hear you laughing. I feel like you are carrying a lot on your shoulders, group one. And I need you to shake out your shoulders. Just shake those out. Just, roll your shoulders, move your neck around, move your body around, like loosen up your muscles. Try to get some energy moving through your vessel, okay, your body. Some people don't like the term vessel, so. Okay, we have the Dove. Spirit speaks through the body. There we go, bingo. I feel like you guys, since you've had this awareness, there have been body issues. Anxiety, stress, probably don't feel good. You feel off. Because you feel this. You feel like this weird tension or weird whatever. And it's like, it almost feels like a conversation you need to have, but with who and about what? It's like, how do I have a conversation about who you really are? Because I'm so disappointed in that. And I'm carrying it around in my body. And I don't know how to process it. So you guys need to move your body. I'm not talking about like aerobics. Y'all just need to like move around in nature. Go for a walk. Do some gardening. Play with your dog. Play with your kids. Put your hands in some dirt. Plant something. Go to the ocean. Go to the lake. Cook something outside. Baking and making food can be very grounding, all right? If you guys are having some serious issues in your body, though, go to a doctor, okay? Go to your healing practices, but I'm not the kind of person that's going to tell you that medical science doesn't have some good things, because it does. And, I have autoimmune disease, and I use multiple modalities in my healing. So, if you're really having pain, please go seek, a medical professional. That's what they're for, okay? Rest. Drink water. Drink water. Drink a lot of water. It'll help you process, and it will help your nervous system. We don't talk about that. It'll help every system in your body if you drink water. Your vessel is stressed about this awareness. Possibly this is like a fear response because of the awareness you have now. And the thing to do for that is to create a sense of safety around yourself. Give yourself a comfort zone, okay? Make yourself a little nest in your bed. I know that people are like, that's funny. No, really. Literally, my bed became a nest because I had to sleep with so many pillows because my body hurt so bad. And it was literally a nest. And it became a very comforting place, you know. There's nothing wrong with that. Take some bubble baths. Take care of yourself, okay? The thing is, don't get lost in that, okay? Because you have this star energy, faith, hope, possibility, good positive energy. And then we have the Queen of Cups here, you know, a beautiful card. The Queen of Cups is beautiful. I always think of her as elegant. I know a lot of people talk about the Queen of Swords being elegant, but she's elegant in a very detached way. The Queen of Cups is sensual. She's elegant in a very connected way. Like she knows how to bring you good food, right? I know the Queen of Pentacles does that too, but it's different. It's different. It's done in a different way. She's a very healing, elegant energy. And she just has the energy of the Queen of Cups feels very much like very charismatic, but in a more peaceful way than a Queen of Wands. I got to tell you, she feels like one of my grandmothers. So maybe I'm feeling y'all's energy. Y'all feel like one of my grandmothers that I love so very much. And, you know, I feel maybe this energy is what you're coming into. It's very controlled. It's very beautiful. It's very enlightened. And it's lovely. It's a lovely energy. It doesn't matter what gender you are, okay? It's enlightened, it's hopeful, and it sparkles. And what I mean by that is like I'm seeing a sparkling aura, a golden sparkling aura. And it sparkles with like iridescent, holographic silver with like glitter in it. That's what it looks like to me. It's you know, it's not like glitter, okay? It's like space glitter, y'all. Space glitter. Okay, so it's beautiful. And I feel like for a lot of you, like that's either energy you have or energy you're moving into, okay? And I think part of it is this healing that's going on. I feel like this awareness, although painful, I feel like this awareness is necessary. It's necessary because living in a world where you don't see truth, the personal world, the outer world, where you're not seeing what's really going on, is you not really engaged. And I mean you in a general way. You, us, all of us not engaging in a world that's real. When we see the truth, the illusion falls away. And although it's painful, I just want to take a sidebar with you and just say to you, this is where things get really interesting. Because many people don't realize the mask is off. Just take that in. I'll give you a minute. Okay, the next card is Christ. Love knows only mercy. I think that's something for you to remember when it comes to yourself. I think you need to give yourself some grace. Okay? I think you need to be kind to yourself. I think You need to stop holding yourself accountable for stuff that other people didn't do. Okay? You did everything you could and more. Now it's time for you to take that energy and apply it to your life. And for some of you, that's hard because you're a giver, right? But the best way to give in this situation is to heal thyself and move forward. Move towards love. Move towards what you love, and everything good will blossom from that. Because listen, there are some things that have to rot off the vine. And you can't speed that up. It's nature. But what you can do is you can embrace your life. And you can take your power, because you are powerful, and you can apply it to your life for the highest good. You can see people for who they really are, and you can choose to interact in powerful ways. Some of those ways may not make people happy, and some of those ways might, depending on who it is. But you come from a place of power now, because you see more. You understand more. I see someone staring back at me. I see you. You see more. You understand more. And that's good. You are powerful. Embrace your power, okay? You will get through the struggle. And you ultimately will be empowered by it, all right? Okay, group 2, that's what I received for you. I hope this was a helpful and insightful reading. If it was, please let me know down in the comments below. I would love to hear from you guys. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I'd love to have you as a member of my tribe. If you're curious about my memberships, you can check out my join button down below. And if you'd like to see more readings like this one, give me a thumbs up. And I'll see you beautiful, magical baddies on the other side. Bye, guys. Hey, group 2, all of you that selected Celebrating the World's Diversity 37. This is going to be your reading all about the messages the spirits have for all of you that are struggling. So keep in mind, this is a general reading, so just take what resonates and leave the rest behind. So let's pull some more cards for you so I can get some more energy here. Where are we going? We're going to pull a few more from the Empath Oracle. It feels like, okay, it feels like a couple of things. It feels like there's change here. There's some kind of change. Okay. Wow, there's quite a few cards here. We're going to take those. There's change coming. You're in change, or there hasn't been change for a while. So we have transforming empathic absorptions. We have cleansing mind, body, and spirit. Meditating and reflecting. Okay, so there's a lot. There's a lot here. It feels like you're struggling through, I don't know if you would call it a healing process. Probably not. You probably wouldn't. It feels like shadow work. It feels, shadow work like this can feel really dark, and you can feel like you're not really healing. You can feel like you're kind of lost and kind of stuck. Because the meditating and reflecting here feels dense. It feels heavy. That's what dense is. It feels like I'm a little lost in the reflecting. Tell me about this reflecting energy. Tell me about this reflecting energy. I get lost in it. I get lost in the pain of it. It hurts me to this day. We have preservation. This feels like it's some kind of event that, let me see where, let's do these. Okay. It's some kind of event where you had to preserve yourself. Okay. So you had to take care of yourself, right? And in doing so, it feels like you had to kind of distract yourself, disassociate a bit from the happening, right? And so you're reflecting on some very dense things that happened quite a while ago. And it's hard to feel, right? It's hard to feel it. And part of the shadow work, is feeling it, remembering that it happened, it really happened, it actually happened, and feeling that it happened, it really happened, and staying in that. And if you need help with this, you should, seek professional help. That's what they're there for, okay? So there's a need to understand, first of all, why it's so difficult, because you've had to kind of remove yourself in a way from some of this energy in order to go about daily life. And so if at times it still feels a bit too heavy, that's okay. You can put it away. Are you a perfectionist? Are you a Virgo? Are you Capricorn? You Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. You can put it away and come back to it, okay? It'll be there. But you still have to count the healing. It's okay. Listen, this is how it works. You count the healing you've done up till now, okay? And you go ahead and you go into the process of transmuting it, right? Transforming empathic absorptions, right? Okay. So with that, there's the awarenesses. One of your first awarenesses could be, yeah, it really happened. I wrote it off. With all those sayings, people will do things, people will be people, kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, things happen, they didn't mean it, all that stuff. Instead of like pushing all that into that area of the feelings or the brain or wherever you put it, it's the awareness that yes, indeed, it wasn't just that, it was this. And sometimes that's enough awareness for now, and we move on. And we take it and we process it. And we kind of breathe and we transform it into an awareness. We feel the feelings. We breathe through the feelings. We move through the feelings. We allow the feelings. We don't get stuck in the feelings. We go to therapy if we need to. We do the healing. We do it. We transform those empathetic absorptions. We cleanse. We clear. And we come back to kind of a weird center, like a new normal, a sense of ascension, okay? And then, we start all over again, eventually. We'll start back where you healed to. And sometimes we regress a little bit, so we can go forward a little bit, but that's the basic rundown. And sometimes we get stuck, the sun. But even when you get stuck, the outcome is positive. The sun, the most positive card in the deck, okay? I feel like it's time for you to kind of like ascend. It's time for you to move out of this reflecting meditative state, okay? Whatever awareness is, what you may be drawn to group 1 too. Whatever knowledge that has come forward to you, it's time for you to digest it, stay with it, feel the emotions, transform the emotions. Doesn't mean it won't make you sad, doesn't mean you don't still have stuff to purge, but understand that you have some control, okay? For a lot of people who've had stuff happen, one of the fears they have is, I'm going to start crying and not stop, or I'm going to lose control. The emotions make me lose control. And you find out, oh, it'll be okay. It's actually good for me to cry. Those kind of things. So it's healing moments like that. And the outcome here is very positive, okay? I do feel like right now there's a need for you to cleanse your energy, your house, your body, your vessel. You may need to do an Archangel Michael clearing prayer, okay? Archangel Michael, it just cleared it all out. He'll just clear just like that, okay? Tell me more about the sun. Tell me more about the sun. I'm hearing that Nirvana song. Ace of Cups. The moon. The moon and the sun. You got the moon and the sun. You got a whole universe. Tell me more. The Ace of Cups. There's some change coming with the moon and the sun. The moon. Tell me about this. Justice in the world. Yeah, there's that change. You're either going to be moving, changing jobs, changing where you live, traveling, something. But there is movement here with the world, okay? And I got to tell you, it feels like either someone's looking for you or you're looking for someone. And it feels like you're their sun. Like you bring sunshine and light into their life, okay? This doesn't have to be romantic, okay? This could be a friend. It could be a new best friend. It could be a reconciliation with somebody in your family. But it's your justice here. It feels like those of you who are isolated, I feel like the isolation is ending, okay? There's balance with the sun and the moon coming into your life. And it feels like you're struggling because you don't know justice is on the way. You can't tell, you can't feel it. You're deep in these intense emotions and you're kind of struggling getting out of them. And you're being encouraged to move through them, do what you need to do because something good's coming, y'all. Something good. Something good. Tell me more about this good justice, this good energy. It feels very positive. We have the King of Wands here. Okay, fire sign energy. Going to pull the bottom. We have the Page of Cups. King of Wands with a little cup for you. We have the Ace of Cups here. I'm going to pull two more. Here, the Two of Swords, the this one. And we have the Queen of Pentacles and the Two of Swords. So he's still looking. And it looks like the moon is in the background here. This feels so good. It feels like first of all, there's a sense of independence here. So I don't feel like you lose your independence in this, okay? For those of you that this is around like your job or college or some kind of career move, it feels really positive and successful. This feels like something you want, okay? Something you've worked for, but you won't see this coming, okay? You may, I'm telling you about it, but you still won't see. It's hidden. This justice is gonna be hidden from you, okay? But it's like there's the World card is here and it tells me, you could be traveling, there's some kind of change, energetic shift. For some of you, it'll be a job. So you'll kind of you'll know, of course. But it feels like behind this is good. It's like a flow of good energy. As we see this cup here, it's overflowing. See, the cup is overflowing. And I feel happy here with the sun. I feel very happy. And I feel like your guides are keeping this time of happiness almost hidden from you because what you're doing right now, well, they are. What you're doing right now is so important. You may not realize how important what you're going through right now is, because it sucks. I mean, I'm not going to tell you it doesn't suck, because it does. It sucks. You're doing deep shadow work. And anyone doing deep shadow work during this time on the planet, yeah, it sucks. And just the energies around the planet right now can make it hard to kind of get out of. But there is shifting energies that will help kind of carry you out of it. So, just with Pluto moving into Aquarius will help you kind of shift your energy. Just kind of put your intentions in that when, Pluto in Aquarius, Pluto shifts into Aquarius, you're going to kind of shift your energy. You can always do things like that to kind of help you as well. It really is about intention. Tell me more about this. Tell me more. It feels like this new chapter of your life is, we have the sunflower here, and then we have the sun here. And for some of you, your business is going to get a lot more successful. Now, I feel this like is in the coming year, like the next coming year. You're going to see a lot more positivity around your business or your hustle or your creativity, or if this is the job, your dream job situation that you're working on, or your career. I just feel like things are going to look more positive, okay? I feel like you'll be feeling good about it. It's not the 10 of Pentacles, okay? It's a good feeling. It is a wish fulfillment. But it's not the end-all, be-all, okay? Let's get some more energy on that. What does this say? We have the Voyager. Return home. Lessons. Realizations. It's okay to forget and then remember all over again. Yeah, it's okay. It's part of the journey. Us relearning who we are, us relearning things. We have Eternal Center, Guru, Protection, Power. You are the guru, and you are protected, okay? I think it's very easy to walk the walk when life is like good. But when things go wonky, we have to dig deep into those things that served us so well when things were good, right? And it's hard when you're in this depth of this shadow work and this all this stuff is going on in the world, and you're like, oh, now you want me to dig in? Did you dig in when your life was like this? Was it like this for you? Well, for me personally, sort of. Okay, sort of. But different. But it was different, to be fair, okay? I think right now, the most important thing that Spirit wants you to know is that it's time to bring yourself up out of the density. It's time to ground. It's time to center. It's time to find your sense of self. And that's a whole process. And it's different for everyone, okay? Because a shift is coming. And these processes, it's time to do them. So you can be risen out of this energy, okay? And I feel like you know this on some level, like it's time to shift energies. And sometimes shifting your energy can be as easy as, you know what, I'm going to, go to a different gym, or I'm going to start reading more books, or I'm going to start. Sometimes it starts with just something so little, and before you know it, you have shifted kind of your whole life. And perhaps you started taking up an old hobby that leads to your side hustle, that leads to this wish fulfillment. Or perhaps you own a business and you decide, you're going to use a different color ink in your printer. And all of a sudden, you have all these new clients and whatnot. You don't know. Bringing yourself to center can give you insight, and it can give you clarity, okay, that you don't have or you haven't had before. Okay, so it's time to kind of like come up for some air, okay, and start shifting your energy so you can come up for air. It's getting a little stuffy down there. Okay, it's time for you. Okay, we have may sweet and soft things find you, harmony. We have fame, inner child, and softness. Yeah, it's time. It's time to be seen. It's time to perhaps make some new friends. Perhaps that's what's coming through. And for some of you, bringing this hidden thing to you may have to do with you being seen. Here's another sunflower. Okay, they kind of like each other. So, you know, I feel like it's time for you to have some fun and light in your life. Sometimes we have to kind of start that by shifting our energies and allowing the light to come in. We have to start looking for the light. And perhaps that's what this little kitty here is doing, looking for the light. Looking for the sun, right? That's the Ace of Cups, Amy. Where's my sun card? Where's my sun card? You know what I'm talking about? The sun. Here we go. Looking for the sun, right? And then we have the Grimalkin over here who's got the sun, the moon behind him. It's just a story here of the sun and the moon, right? Finding each other. And for some of you, there's something about once in a blue moon opportunity coming, a wish fulfillment. For some of you, it is a good feeling, like feeling fulfilled, emotionally fulfilled with what you're doing, knowing more about what you're doing, but there's a definite change coming. And it's not just you shifting your energies. You shift your energies and then the change happens. It's like the universe reflects this back to you. Your spirit guides reflect it back. And then you see things start to kind of move for you in a positive way. And I know for some of you, this is hard because the world doesn't reflect that exactly. But understand that as you move into a more positive vibe and you process your shadow work, understand what we're seeing is the world, Earth, the collective going through shadow work. And so your progress will be mirrored in the collective. So you moving through is a good thing. It's a powerful thing, especially moving through it now. That takes a level of self-mastery that few people have. But you do. Because if you didn't, you wouldn't be here doing it now. And the call is to shift. And you can do it, okay? And if you need professional help with some of your emotions or how you're feeling, please get it, okay? Your emotions are valid. And change is hard. Change is scary, especially with a lot of anxiety. And you may be feeling that. And that's okay. It's okay to be afraid. It's okay to be nervous. It's not okay to push it down. Okay, we all get afraid. We all get nervous. It's part of being human. Okay, and you're going to be all right. It's all going to work out. Okay, trust yourself. All right. Okay, group 2, that's what I received for you. I hope this was a helpful, insightful, and entertaining reading. And if it was, please let me know down in the comments below. I would love to hear from you guys. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I'd love to have you as a member of my tribe. If you're curious about my memberships, there's a little join button down below. You can push it and find out all the details. And if you'd like to see more readings like this one, give me a thumbs up. And I'll see you beautiful, magical baddies on the other side. Bye, guys. Hey, group 3, all of you that selected Loving the Self on All Levels. This is going to be your reading with messages for all of you who are struggling in group 3. This is such a beautiful card, and it feels so wonderful. I feel like for you guys, I was going to move it a little bit over there. There we go. I feel like this is really ultimately where you're going, okay? This learning to love yourself on all levels is a work of brutality, okay? It is very, very difficult, especially if you have any kind of image issues like self-image or EDs or things like that. It can be very, very difficult with trauma and the things that trauma does to us. So this feels difficult. This feels like someone who has mastered a really important part of self, a really difficult part of self. And so for those of you who are struggling, know that's really what this is all about. You learning to love yourself. Could you learn to love yourself in one of the worst situations you could be in? Could you find yourself? Could you find your own divinity? Could you find your own truth? Could you even find who you really are in the wasteland that has become our current experience here? And that really is the heroine's journey that you're on. And I feel the exhaustion. I feel some of the trauma here. I feel the restriction. I also feel the power in denial. So I feel the issues. Okay, I'm going to leave it at that. So, I feel like it's almost like some of you have taken what happened and have transmuted it into some sort of perceived power, but it actually turned into some compulsion or addiction or something that was still hurting you, but it also fed you in a way, okay? That's just being human, trying to cope with difficult circumstances, right? We do what we can to try, our brains, our bodies. So, you may have been drawn to group 1, okay? But you have to stop holding yourself accountable for the crimes that other people commit, okay? You have done nothing wrong. And it's time for you to let yourself off the hook. Let yourself out of that prison, okay? All right. We have masquerade. Life is a masquerade until it isn't, right? Learning to love yourself on all levels. The brutality of this particular work here is that the masks come off. In shadow work, let's see it. Let's see a visual of it, shall we? See you standing there in that dark room, the spotlight on you, but wearing all your masks. And one by one, your most intense guide, goddess, infernal, may send themselves or one of their lackeys to come and rip it off, rip off one of those masks and you have to see a layer of self. A layer you might not want to see. A truth you don't want to know. And many times it's just incredibly difficult. That's the brutality of learning to love yourself on all levels. Let me tell you something about Lilith, my matron goddess. When she heals you, it's completely, and she don't let go. Okay? She sends in the most efficient healers modalities for you. That's what she does. And sometimes you take side roads and back roads and go through mud pits and bogs and all kinds of places. And it is messy, messy, messy work. But you wanted to be healed. Well, honey, that's what we're here to do. Yeah. It's rough. And on this journey, there isn't a lot of hand-holding or, gee, you did a good job, because a lot of people can't really tell you're doing the work until you get down through those masks. And by the time they catch on, you're a whole other person. They're like, well, who the fuck are you? And your answer is usually, well, it could be a few things. But by then, you've probably figured out who they really are in your life. There's a lot of breaking apart of situations and letting go of people. The closer you get to the truth of yourself through those layers of masks, it is brutal. And sometimes when we're in the depth of this work that is so brutal, we forget that there is another side. And the other side is loving yourself on all levels. Loving yourself truly. And no longer apologizing. And getting super uncomfortable when people make you feel ashamed of who you are, or want you to shrink yourself, or they make fun of you. You start feeling like, you know what? Fuck you. I don't want to be around you anymore. You have less patience for the vapid and the weak. You just, as the masks come off, your strength grows. Your presence grows, because you don't realize that as you've put those layers of masking on, your personality, your presence, yourself has shrunk to fit those layers. And so now you grow into the fullness of yourself, and you're not hiding yourself anymore. And a lot of times people don't like that. And they'll say shit to you that triggers you. And your reaction is probably not what they like. Because you just don't have patience for it anymore. Because you see the relationships for what they really are. And a lot of times they're not good. And because you've had to mask for a reason. And you figure out those reasons while those masks come off. We have, is this me? There you are, finding yourself. It's hard. Because you go through this whole thing where you're like, okay, so I have to figure out, what is my voice? What is Spirit's voice? And what is the programming that has been pushed into my head? That can take a while to unwrap all that. To pull all that out of your brain can take a good while. And it takes as long as it does. And it has you going back and forth with this kind of stuff. Like a mask comes off, You get the wiring, you see the wiring, you're like, there's that programming telling me I'm this, telling me I'm that, being reinforced by the world, by my interactions. The mask goes on, the mask comes off. I see, there's this back and forth with this. Is this me? Is this really who I am? No, this is who I am. So it's a process. It's a healing process. And absolutely, you can feel like you're in a struggle. You're struggling with it. Of course you are. You feel it's a struggle, but really it's part of the process. The feeling of struggling with it, the feeling of I don't want to do it. You know what? Then don't. Walk away. You don't have to do this. You really don't. And I'm not just saying that. Like, you really don't have to do it to be happy. But as you've probably seen in your life, it will help you. I always tell people to take a break. Take some time off from this. Because it'll still be here. It's not going anywhere. We have colorless angel. Yes, this work of taking off the masks, this work of acceptance of realities of our life can leave us with a view of the world that is very black and white, very yes and no. And I mean that as an observer, not that you have that view, but that you see that the world has that view. And it's troubling because you feel like you don't fit into that. It's almost like there are people who have entered a game, or players who have entered a game, who are completely overclassed, meaning your character is overclassed for the game itself. It'd be like a level 80 Warcraft warrior going in to play Pong. And so it's just like, it's massive awarenesses of where you really are and where the world is. And it can cause this view of the world. Like, why am I here? Why do I want to help? Look at them. Like, did I really? Is this the right timeline? Did I really hit the right one? Because I'm starting to think that I have come to the wrong timeline. Because this is fucked up, y'all. Yes, you're at the right place. Okay? Listen, now listen. This was not for this is for the advanced folks, y'all. Okay? All right? The advanced class. Okay? Y'all are beyond that. But what I'm saying is, like, y'all came in at a very crucial time. All right? Y'all need to remember that, okay? And I know things look very massively fucked up, okay? I'm gonna level with you. They look fucked up, right? But I'm gonna tell you something. A lot of people who were blind now see. They see truth. And it's ugly. And sometimes that is the way truth and justice works. Now, the dark goddess, she's still rising, y'all. She is. She has arisen. And she's not sad. She's angry. All right? There's so much to be done. So this time is important. And for those strong souls who came through at this time to do this work, it's important. You affect the frequency, you affect the collective if you want to. You can engage actively with it. You can decide not to. Always remember that, okay? It's going to happen one way or another. But I'm going to tell you something, and I said this in another group the other day. This is as far as you've come in this lifetime. And you've lived this particular lifetime more than one time, okay? Because this particular lifetime on the timeline, in the time band, is fucking important, okay? It's super important for so many reasons, okay? And this time now is super, super important. So, take a break, all right? Go watch some sports. You know, go put your feet in some dirt. Ground yourself. I've been telling all the groups to do that, but I think grounding to the planet, which is alive, by the way, it's alive. And it grows things. It has feminine energy. It grows things. So grounding to her is going to help. Okay? It's going to help heal. It's going to help move through a lot of density. Okay? It's hard to love yourself when the masks come off and you really sit with some realities with yourself, especially those first few masks. You know, you start to see your own toxicity. You know, first couple of ones are like, oh yeah, that's her fault. Oh yeah, that's your fault. And then, you know, third, fourth, fifth, it's like, oh, I'm a toxic bitch. Oh, I'm not very nice. Oh, I did that. Oh, shit. Yeah. It starts getting really intense. A lot of that energy, a lot of that intensity, let's just go through it, okay? A lot of that intensity you can send down into the planet, okay? I assume people know how to do this. It's a simple grounding technique, okay? You can just take some deep breaths, okay? You can focus on the intense energy wherever you feel it in your body, okay? And you want to bring that wherever it is, you want to send it down through your legs, through your feet, into the ground. And you want to see the ground. You want to visualize all of this while taking cleansing breaths. You want to feel it if you can. You want to see it. Sending all that dense energy into the planet, okay? You want to see the dirt, the rocks, the roots, the caves, the water, and you want to visualize going to the center of the planet. Now, at the center of the planet, you can visualize a goddess. You can visualize energy. You can visualize whatever you want, okay? But whatever you're going to visualize is going to take the dense energy you send down, and it's going to spin it around. It's going to transmute it and give it back to you as healing energy or vital energy or whatever you want to transmute it into, okay? And you're going to pull it right back up through the planet, through all the layers you saw, through your feet, and you're going to deposit it in whatever chakra you want to, okay? Or in whatever part of your body. Say you're doing healing. Say you want healing energy, and maybe the joints in your hands hurt. That's where you put it. It can be a very empowering thing to realize that you can actively interact with the planet in this way and get healing energy. Now, people are like, but she's taking my bad energy. This is how she gets energy too. She takes our energy and she gleans from it what she needs and sends the rest back up to us as transmuted energy. It's not that it's bad. It's good. Hello, we came from her. Hello, we're part of the ecosystem. Hello, okay? I just want to make that clear. Like, we're part of her ecosystem. Okay? So, of course, we would interact with her. And I think we need to think about that more, how we interact. So, yeah, that came through. Okay, let's get some more energy from my group 3. Tell me more. If you're suffering, what other messages here? Some of you guys, you may kind of be stuck in this colorless angel, which is completely valid, okay? If you're feeling down or depressed, please seek help if you need it, all right? Depression can be a hard one, especially when you see the world for what it is. It can make it very difficult. But sometimes, if you've had trauma, a lot of times you'll have depression because all the good chemicals are kind of burned up in your brain. So you have to kind of learn different methods to getting yourself out, even though sometimes it doesn't help. You just kind of have to try, and some days are good and some days are not so good, right? But the trying, a lot of times the trying is the medicine. So some of you may need more sunshine or just interaction with nature. Okay, we have the seeker. Could you surrender just a bit more? All-seeing eye, spirit release. Man, that's hard, isn't it? Just surrender. Well, easier said than done, buddy. I get it. It's hard. It's hard just to let go and just allow, especially when things are difficult. Maybe you guys are having some hard times in life, like with money and things like that, and then this. And it's like, oh, just surrender. Really? Because I could use some divine interference right now. Okay, we have growing pains, healing, patience, unconscious. I feel like what they're trying to say here is, in order to kind of move out of the depression, whatever that energy that I'm picking up on is, there's a need here to surrender. You're not going to know everything. They're not going to tell you everything. You're not going to know how everything's going to work out. You are going to have disappointments and frustrations. The path is not going to be perfect. It's not supposed to be. There are going to be challenges on your path. And I feel like a lot of you are tired. And so, you want the path to be as perfect as possible. But a perfect path will not bring about this loving the self on all levels, which is kind of the goal. So the path has to be imperfect in order to bring out this love of self on all levels. In order for you to see the beauty in yourself, The human spirit is beautiful. The human spirit is special. It's why there's so much interest. It's why there's so much oppression. The human spirit is highlighted with free will. Your ability to choose and to use your will as you see fit. And the problem is we really haven't been able to do that because so much has been engineered. So becoming liberated is very important. And part of the liberation is removing those masks and doing the hard part. Seeing the truth of self, the ugliness of self. To be human is to be imperfect. So you have the two sides here. You've got this imperfect being and this amazing spirit. And it's almost like, how do we solve that riddle and learn to love ourselves on all levels? We can't do it on a perfect path. It must be imperfect for the best in us to rise. Because we have perfect paths other places, just not here, not in this existence. In order to make your path more comfortable, there is a need to surrender to the game, to your flow, to the way it is, to the way it's going to be. You'll find more happiness there, more peace, less struggle, more surrender, more smiles, more victories. It's growing pains. Sometimes the growing pains mean going slower. That can be hard. That can be the hardest lesson. Moving fast, overworking, won't make things happen quicker. All happens in divine timing. So your flow's important. Don't worry about other people's flow. Worry about your own. And I know we all have to, feed our families, go to work, put our children to bed, those kind of things. Yeah, flow outside of that I'm talking about. Some of y'all have to make some time, though, to work on your projects because they're important. They're more important than you know. We have celebration on the way. These are messages from your ancestors. There are no secrets that time does not reveal. There are reasons why we put the masks on. There are reasons why. I feel that. I understand. It's okay. Your feelings are valid. 1, 2, 3, 4. Have faith in yourself to take the steps to where your soul is guided. Have faith. Have faith in those psychic hits. That niggle. That night. Is it a niggle? It's like a little feeling about what you should do. Trust the spirit. Trust yourself. You're going to have reasons to celebrate. Some kind of secret's going to be revealed. Tell me about this secret. What is the celebration? I feel like my crown chakra is opening. For a while I was channeling, I felt like a light above my head. Okay. We have angel number 777. You are about to reap the fruits of your labor. Something good is waiting for you. There's something good coming in. So it's something you've been working on. And we have first chakra, root chakra, I am, color red. So I feel like it has to do with, like money, survival, living, food. So something around something that might help you support your family. It might be something around family, something like that. So it feels very positive. All right. So I feel like you have some good news on the way, a reason to celebrate. Your ancestors want to give you hope for the better. All right. Okay, group 3, that's what I received for you. I hope this was a helpful, insightful, and entertaining reading. All right, so if it was, please give me a little comment down below and let me know. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. I'd love to have you as a member of my tribe. If you're curious about my memberships, there's a little join button down below. You can hit that and the information will pop up. If you'd like to see more readings like this one, give me a thumbs up, and I will see you beautiful, magical baddies on the other side. Bye, guys.